What if your body was a gift and contribution to your life and not something that you've been stuck with? What if your body could change quickly and easily? Right Body for You will inspire you and show you a different way of creating the body and the life you truly desire. Now here's your host, Donnielle.
And welcome to Right Body for You. I am your host, Donnielle, sometimes known as your body tour guide, as your giggle leader, and that sarcastic chick on the radio. That would be me, all of the above. And today, I am actually joined by one of my other favorite sarcastic chicks in the world, Ms. Claudia Cano. Hello, Claudia.
Well, hello, everybody. Hello, Donnielle.
Claudia is amazing. She is an Access Consciousness 3-day body class facilitator, and she's also a medical doctor. So, she really brings a unique perspective to the energies of the body and how energies affect the body and change and what they can contribute. And so she's always a lot of fun to have on. And she was on sometime in 2015, I think it was July, talking about food, bodies, and fun, which if you guys ever get a chance to have a meal with Claudia, please do. Because, so many of us have points of view about food and the goodness of it, the badness of it, or whatever. But Claudia doesn't have any of those. The only thing she looks at is it yummy? Is it not yummy? And when she eats something that her body loves, which is like every time because she's amazing at listening to her body and having her body tell her what would be good on the menu, she always picks the most fantastic things. Watching her eat is orgasmic. I mean, it's just amazing. Last time I was with Claudia, we were in Seattle, and I got to watch her eat, not shrimp. Crab, yes. Crab. It was amazing to watch her eat this crab. Oh my gosh, I have a video of it. I should put that on the radio show page. And just to watch her eat this crab and her body enjoy it. It's so unique. So listen to that show from July and, take Claudia out to a very expensive dinner.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like it.
And watch her eat and make sure there's alcohol involved because her body with alcohol is a lot of fun too.
How does it get any better? Thank you.
All right. But today we're talking about your relationship with your body. And, and as I was just talking about, Claudia has this amazing relationship with her body in being able to hear what it would like to eat, whether it be food or people or whatever you would like to, talk about at the moment. But, Claudia has this amazing ability of having this relationship, and it's so different than what a relationship with your body in this reality, what we think it should be or should look like. So, her first question is, what if your body could be your perfect companion? So, Claudia, I'm going to ask you to talk a little bit about your relationship with your body and how it's companion, because it's kind of a different point of view than what this reality says. So will you explain a little bit about how your body is your companion?
Well, it's funny because this idea came one time. I had a radio show, and the topic was it was the 14th of February, so people were asking about relationships. So I thought, wow, it's really interesting that we're always looking for a relationship outside of us when we have a body, that we're with our body since we are born, and we never considering it as that is not even a relationship. Sometimes it's never even existing, So that's how the idea of having the perfect relationship with your body came about. So I've always wondered what will be like if we, instead of looking for someone outside of us to complement us, we already have it with us. And what if we've always been complete And what if we don't need to look outside to have someone to have fun with, or to be accompanied with someone that really likes us and enjoy us and adore us?
And and it's so funny because we were just talking, or right before the show with you, I was speaking with a friend of mine, and I don't even know how we got on the subject, and she was talking about the sex or relationship class that Access Consciousness had fairly recently, and she was saying, I so enjoy being alone. She's like, I get more done and this, and she was actually kind of expressing the same thing about, like, why is everybody so set on I have to have somebody else in my life and this kind of stuff. And so, for her, and she is enjoying her body more and more and more. And so it's interesting that this is the topic that we're discussing with you today, of what would that be like? Because, it's when you said enjoying your body, yes, some people went, oh, well, masturbation, and yeah, that could be what we're talking about. But, also, like last night, I was doing the dishes, listening to music, and I was dancing while doing the dishes. And my body was having so much fun dancing while doing the dishes.
Yeah, and what if you don't even have to dance while doing the dishes and you have fun doing the dishes?
Well, yes. that was me having fun doing the dishes. And it was so funny, Claudia, I have to tell you, because I had my headphones in, and at one point in time I went, I think somebody just walked by my door and could hear me singing, and without the musical accompaniment, I'm just singing out loud to the music in my head, which is pretty funny.
Oh, I think it's fabulous. It's not funny. It's fun, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So, will you give a few examples of, like, what your body as a companion is like for you in, like, a daily life?
Well, it's like, how could I put that in words? Well, if we could all see our bodies as a friend or a person, like a separate person, not like just my body or something I'm stuck with. If we could see it as a friend, how would you treat it? It's like, would you wake up and start telling it how fat and ugly and old and saggy and how big or small things are?
Only if you're a really bad friend.
Yeah, that's a really horrible friend. Or you will say, hey, hi, how are you? How did you wake up this morning? Are you happy? So, what if that's the kind of relationship you could have with your body? Like a friendship, instead of this I hate you, I love you relationship that most of us have. Because I'm not sure about you, Donnie, and how your relationship with your body was before you acknowledged or you got really aware of what your body was about.
It was bad.
Huh?
It was bad.
It was bad. And how is it now that you acknowledge that your body is not the enemy, for example? Because it's interesting when I'm facilitating classes with bodies, I always ask, what does your body mean to me, or what do you think about your body? It often comes that it's like the enemy, that you have to fight with it, that you have to make it do whatever you want to do, and he never wants to do it, so you have to fight with it all the time, which is a really interesting point of view.
But we were taught that, Claudia. I was taught that from the day I was born. It's like, control your body, dominate your body. You have to keep it from falling apart by willpower, and it's always like you have to tell it what to do. We were taught that from birth, and so I know it's quite unique perspective now to be like, include the body and that it could be a contribution to my life? You mean it's not the bane of my existence? It's not the most horrible thing?
It's not your punishment?
Yeah. Ooh, religion.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes, because, we're taught that in religion, that we're here on this earth to suffer through the body. And it's like, it's interesting. For me personally, it's interesting to see how much better my life has become as Claudia having what you're describing as a relationship, a friendship with my body, which it's interesting that it's been perpetrated that the body's the enemy when including my body is actually creating my life with me.
Yeah, and it's really interesting when you start inviting your body to be your friend instead of trying to make it be your enemy, which actually your body's never really the enemy. But anyway, we have that point of view. Yeah. But when we include it and we're like starting to have a communication with it, then the things that could show up in your life and the creation and the generation of stuff in your life is like beyond anything you could ever had before while you were fighting with your body. It's really amazing how it could change. Because I used to have sometimes this fight with my body, and it wasn't very generative, It was more like a waste of my energy trying to make my body do things that maybe sometimes it did and sometimes it didn't. But it wasn't creative. It was just like this wasting of my energy in doing something that wasn't really contributing to me or my body or my life. It's like when you have an enemy, is it like a real contribution or you just like fighting with it? And when you have a friend, your friends have your back and help you and contribute to your life to create more amazing things, and they're there for you.
I love how you're saying that having your back, that you could actually allow your body to have your back, and you have your body's back, which, yes, I understand it's a funny pun with having your back and your body, haha, but really, it's an expression we use about having your back. It's like,
yeah,
it's an interesting concept of like your body having your back and always desiring to contribute. We need to take a break, Claudia. So
okay.
when we come back, I'm going to ask you, I want you to talk a little bit more about having your body's back and what that even might look like and your body having your back. Just because that's an interesting concept, and I know a lot of people are like, but I don't know what that would look like, and it's going to be different for each person. It's not just, having your back massaged, which, don't get me wrong, is a great thing. And I'm always open for that. But we both know it's a little bit more than that. So when we come back from the break, I'm going to ask you to talk a little bit more about that, okay?
Yay.
All right. So this is Right Body for You with Donnielle and my fantabulous, I just made up a word.
I like
it. All right, thanks. Miss Claudia Cano. We're on A2Zen.fm, and we'll be right back.
In the Fantabulous Show.
What if your body could be an ease and not a burden? What would life be like if you could enjoy your body? What if changing your body was easier than we've been taught? And what if it's not about the latest fad? Join Donnielle each week on Right Body for You as she explores what bodies are and the ease of change that's possible. Each week you will receive inspirational stories of those who've used the Right Body for You energetic tools to change their body and the tools that they used, tools that you can begin to use immediately. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A2Zen.fm.
What if there's nothing wrong with you? What if you're far greater than you've ever given yourself credit for? What if it's time to know the gift and the contribution you are to the world? and to like yourself a lot more. Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago, I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything changed for me. Asking questions opens doors to infinite possibilities. And it's not about finding the answer. It's about being the question. Always. What I'm inviting you to step into is something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Newton, Da Vinci, Gandhi, Picasso, and Aristotle all knew to be true. What if no question is too big or too small? What if anything is possible for you? What if together we could create a kinder, gentler, happier world? Is now the time? Go to beingyouclass.com and sign up for a free video series, My Gift to You. beingyouclass.com. What if you, truly being you, are the gift and change this world requires? beingyouclass.com.
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call in the U.S. 815-880-8255 or Canada 613-800-8763 or UK 4433-0001-0625. You can Skype us at a2zen.fm. Or if you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle at accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back to Right Body for You. I am your host and your giggle leader, Donnielle, today with the fantabulous Dr. Claudia Cano.
Thank you, fantabulous Donnielle Carter.
This is our new favorite word, and it was made up here on the show in the combination of the energies that we all be and our bodies. Our bodies are sitting there going, hello. We contributed to the creation of fantabulous.
Yes, of course. Hello.
Today we are talking with the fantabulous Dr. Claudia Cano, who, you know, I just love playing with this woman. She's amazing. She, like I said, she's a medical doctor and uber aware. She has an uber awareness of bodies, of her body. And when you go to one of her body classes, your relationship with your body will not be the same after. She invites you to that possibility of communion and to that possibility of that friendship with your body that we're talking about today. And she embodies that example so well. So I love chatting with her. I know bodies love when she's talking about them, playing with them. So thank you for being on again today. So before the break, we were talking about having your body's back or allowing your body to have your back. And I wanted you to speak literally. So I wanted you to speak a little bit more about that, because like something came up with me with somebody else. I said to somebody one day, thanks for having my back on this. And they're like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't have your back. Because it's like we weren't friends, like, buddy, go hang out friends. And she's like, so she was like, I don't have your back. And I'm like, but we were having a discussion, and the fact that she was willing to see where I was coming from, because we were trying to solve a problem, okay? And so I was like, she was willing to actually look at where I was coming from and also look at where she was coming from. And so in that case, for me, that was like having my back, because it's just, instead of just going, nope, this is just the way it is for me, screw you, she was going, okay, I get where you're coming from, and what can we do to, meet in the middle on this? So will you speak a little bit about that? Because I think there's a lot of misconceptions about what even having somebody's back or your body's back would look like or what it is. Because I know a lot of people think, oh, then they're my best friend. No, that's not necessarily what we're talking about. So will you talk a little bit more about having your body's back and having your back and that kind of stuff? Did I lose you? Is she gone? Claudia?
Hello, sorry, something happened to my mic.
There you are.
Yay.
Okay. Did you hear my question, the rambling question?
No, could you say it again? I lost the sound and everything.
All right. Well, it was a rambling question. The short gist of the question is, if you would please talk a little bit more about having your body's back, your body have your back, and what that even looks like. Because I think a lot of people have a misconception about what having a back is, the concept of having somebody's back.
Okay. So for me, I can't talk for everyone else, but for me is having someone there for you that will take care of you, that will be there with you, not for you, but will be there with you, and will be a contribution to your life. That will be what I understand as having someone else's back. And it's not necessarily a person. In this case, is a body. It's this amazing being that is right there with you. And it's keeping an eye with you, and in this case will be for you too, like watching you and contributing to you as much as it could contribute to you. Does that make sense? Or I'm just rumbling here with weird things?
Well, no, well, but will you explain a little bit more about contributing to? It's like, because I know a lot of people think when they think contribution, they go straight to financial, or they go straight to your body contributes to you when you're like actually using it to like make money or something. It's like, well, I'm a builder, so of course I have to use my body, and that's the body's contribution. But I think you're talking about more than that physical type of contribution, yeah?
Yes, I'm talking about, it's not just the physical contribution, it's the energetically contribution too. It's this being totally present with you, and like having this question of how could we do this together, and it's funny because I'm not that good with words, so just my interesting point of view is that I'm better with energy.
Yes, you're brilliant.
There.
I've been in your
and it's right
talk to you. You're so good.
So it's more like having this being that they're totally present with you, and that it's willing to go with you and facilitate things for you as much as it could. That's the best way I could put it in words. Sorry.
No, that's great. And so so will you give me like an example of, if you can, when either you had your body's back or your body's had your back?
What is both? What if you could have your body's back and your body could have your back? What if you're totally present with your body and acknowledge how amazing it is? And let's be real, like let's be truthful. Our bodies have always been with us since they were born, and they are always there for us. It's like they're not trying to make our lives difficult. They're trying to facilitate our lives as much as we allow them to do it. So they have our backs, and what if it's time to start having theirs instead of trying to pushing their backs or stab them in the back?
So sorry. As it goes with energy, the founder of Access Consciousness was just Skyping me, which is something that you pay attention to for a second.
Sorry.
Speaking of having your back, Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, is a great example of having everybody's back, having you have his back, and having, your body's back. And like you said, it's not just a one-way street. It is that communion of each. You have your body's back, your body has your back. So taking a little right turn here into a slightly different topic, but still bodies. You know, Claudia, people on the show hear me all the time talk about communication with the body. And I'm always saying how it looks different for every person. And they've heard me talk about communication with my body and what that might look like as examples. And so would you be willing to, you know, share with us some of what communication with your body looks like and how you explain that also in like classes and stuff like that? Because, you know, so much of what we talk about with body starts with that communication with the body. And so would you talk a little bit about communication with bodies?
Wow, that is a big topic.
I know! I told you it was a right turn. It's like new topic, kind of, the body.
Well, this is really interesting because I would say that communication with your body depends on you and how you communicate with your body, because we all do it different, and we all have like different ways to listen to our bodies or pretend not to listen to our bodies. So for me, it's the way I communicate with my body is
sorry, make her think about it, which for her is such an instantaneous thing that it's like it's just a communication that.
Yeah, it's just something that is.
Yeah.
And my body's really, really loud. So even if I'm trying not to communicate, it wouldn't take it. My body wouldn't allow me not to listen. So it's and it's true. So there.
Oh, it is true. But you know, I would say, didn't somewhere you gave your body permission to talk to you? You know.
Yes.
Yes. Then and that loudly.
Well, I suppose it starts with hints about what your body is trying to tell you, and you really willing to listen. But I suppose everyone has a different way to communicate with their bodies. During the classes, the things that I like to do is this exercise where you, how is it called? Sorry.
Actually, you know what, Claudia, can I stop you for a second? We need to take a quick little commercial break, and when we come back, why don't we start with that activity, that exercise you're going to talk about?
Perfect.
Okay, cool. All right, we're going to take our quick, I don't like, pause for a moment. Hold that in.
Okay.
All right. We're going to take a quick little break. This is Donnielle with my special fantabulous guest, Dr. Claudia Cano. We're on this is Right Body for You. We're on A to Zen.fm, and we'll be right back.
Have fun with your body.
What if your body could be an ease and not a burden? What would life be like if you could enjoy your body? What if changing your body was easier than we've been taught? And what if it's not about the latest fad? Join Donnielle each week on Right Body for You as she explores what bodies are and the ease of change that's possible. Each week you will receive inspirational stories of those who've used the Right Body for You energetic tools to change their body and the tools that they used, tools that you can begin to use immediately. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A to Zen.fm.
Hey everybody, this is Dr. Dane here, and I would like to invite you to an adventure in being. I've just written and finished a new book known as Being You, Changing the World. Are you one of those dreamers? One of those people who's always known that other possibilities should be available but haven't yet been able to see them be created? Well, I wrote this book for you. In it, you'll find tools, processes, and unique perspectives to change the things you've always wanted to change but didn't know how. In it, you'll find an invitation to a different possibility for a way that we can be in this world that changes not only our lives, but by being us, allows us to contribute to changing everything planet-wide that doesn't work? Are you aware that truly great people, truly being them, is the only thing that has ever created a great change on this planet? Are you willing to step up? Are you willing to be one? Check out a copy of my new book, Being You, Changing the World. I invite you to go to beingyoubook.com for a free gift.
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call in the U.S. 815-880-8255 or Canada 613-800-8763 or UK 4433-0001-0625. You can Skype us at a2zen.fm. Or if you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle@accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back to Right Body for You. I am your host, Donnielle, here with the fantabulous Dr. Claudia Cano, as well as her fantabulous body, who, and I've said this several times in the show, that I and my body have gotten so much pleasure watching her and her body enjoy each other, enjoy food and everything. And, and I realize people are like, what the freak are you talking about? And it's like, well, our bodies communicate with each other so well. And so watching Claudia, like I said, eating that crab the other day, she had such pleasure and no judgment about it. It was a joy to see, and my body experienced the energy of that. And that is the invitation to that more, that communication, that relationship, that friendship, that no judgment. So I know it's crazy, but yes, having no judgment is an invitation to no judgment for yourself. So thank you, Claudia. Just from me and my body, it has so much fun hanging out and playing with you. So thanks for being on the show today. Are you there? I think her microphone keeps checking out.
Hello? I'm here. Yes. I am here. I'm listening. I'm all ears.
My whole body is an ear right now. Cool.
Exactly.
So before the break, we were talking about a little activity you like to do in your 3-day body classes to help with communication with the body. So I know people are like, okay, what is that activity? What is that? Do you want to walk them through that?
Yes. Actually, it has a name, and many people do it, but I don't remember the name. Perfect. Thank you very much. At least I'm really sincere, So what we do is just put our feet together and take anything that is eatable, ingestible, and ask our bodies if they would like to ingest it. And then our bodies just move forward or backwards and let us know if they want to eat it or not. It's a really... Did you have the name of that thing, that exercise, Donnielle? Do you remember it? Do you have it anywhere in your...
I don't know if it's an actual name, but it's just, it's just one of those ways to help with your body to have the awareness of what it would like to or not eat, what it would like to eat or not like to eat. Yeah, and it's just, it's muscle testing, kinesiology, or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, okay. I love you. So we do that during the class, the muscle testing, and there's different ways of do muscle testing, but I love this one because it's so clear. It's like you can fake it. So that just by doing that, it makes it really clear that our bodies are talking to us, and it also has an energy behind it. And that's the part I love, that when we start to play with this muscle testing, we start recognizing the energy of how our bodies communicate with us. Am I making sense here?
Yes.
So the more we do this muscle testing and this exercise and this, and the more we have the willingness to acknowledge how we communicate with our bodies, in the way we do it, because we all do it different, the more we open the way to communicate, and the more we open the communication we have with our bodies. So if it's the first time we start acknowledging that we have this communication, it might be like a shock sometimes to actually acknowledge that we are communicating with our bodies in a way or another, and maybe sometimes we don't listen to them, but we are having a communication to whichever degree we're having it. But the more we are willing to have it, the more subtle it could be, and the more we could start having not just a relationship with our body, but having a communion with it. And then you don't even have to stop and do a muscle testing. It's just this like whisper of energy, like a soft whisper that your body has to tell you what it requires, or just communicates with you with that. And we were joking about my body being really loud.
Well, we weren't joking. It's just true.
It is true. It was like, oh my God, my body is really demanding. So I opened the door for this communication with my body many, many years ago. So it starts with this like, la, 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 hey, pay attention to me. And when I ignore it, then it's really loud. So, but I opened the door for that. And it's like, okay, if I'm not listening to you, please just tell me what you really require and desire. So it screams loud, and sometimes it's not that comfortable. But in its defense, after it screams and I listen, everything is easier. Not just for my body or physical things, but my life gets easier. And that's, again, this having your back. It's like your body knows things because your body is conscious too. Sometimes it's willing to be a little more conscious than us. Oops, did I say that out loud?
Yes, and it's so true.
So it knows what you desired and what you require and what is going to facilitate your life. So allowing it to communicate with you allows this having your back even more, and this contribution between both of you is like, okay, I require this, and your body is like, hey, I require this thing, and if you listen to it and are willing to provide it to it, then that will make you and your body's life easier. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I love how you just said that allowing that communication from your body is having your body's back. And it's like, how amazing is just that concept of, acknowledging the consciousness of my body and listening to the awarenesses is having it back. And it's actually having your back by telling you those things. So I love that concept, and I think it's brilliant.
Thank you. And it's really part of it. It's like, and it's how it starts with allowing your body to communicate with you. It's like having your friend talking to you, or not even just like talking. It's having your friend being there with you and you honoring it. That's another key thing. You're honoring your friend to be whatever and to ask for whatever it requires, and you're listening to it.
Listen to it. What a concept.
Yeah, I know.
Claudia, so I'm looking at the chat room. If you've never been in the chat room, you guys, I highly suggest you join us sometimes. It's really easy. Go to a2zen.fm And on the drop-down menu chat room, you don't have to download anything. Just put in your name. You can ask questions. You can make comments, and it's a lot of fun. Okay, so cool. So we're talking about the communication with the body, having your body's back, and that your body has this amazing awareness and the energetic ebb and flow. And so speaking of questions, we have a question in the chat room. And this is what I'm talking about. It's awesome. All right. What do you do if you are not positive that what you are hearing is your body? And that's a great question, because I hear that all the time. It's like, well, how do I know it's my body and not me? So what would you say to this?
Well, I would say first ask your body a question back, like, hey, body, is this what you require? Gone. It's really complicated, I know. But
wait, ask another question?
Yes.
Yes, and yeah, because I know a lot of people do actually get confused about that. It is one of the most common questions I get. Is like, how do I know it's not, if 98% of our thought, feelings, and emotions are not ours, how do I know it's not somebody else's body? How do I know it's my body? How do I know it's not me overriding my body? And so will you say a little bit more about that? It's like, how do you begin to trust and know that it's your body?
Well, I will start like doing this, how do you call that? Like proof, quote unquote. Like, okay, I ask my body, is that what you require? And if it's still not clear, I'll just do it. And then if my body gets happier and I like, is this like, yay, then it was my body. And then you could start recognizing and acknowledging the energy your body and you have to communicate. Does that make sense? And if you do it and your body's like, whatever, or you don't perceive this joy, because usually when you communicate with your body and you do what your body requires, there is this energy of joy and peace with your body.
And if you're not?
And if you're not, maybe it's the same as always, this, when you don't have this wonderful communication with your body, it's like, whatever, it doesn't have this, on it.
Okay.
And that's for me, but you have to find out how is it for you. Because as I've been saying, the communication between us and our bodies is different from one person to another. Mm-hmm. So, but when it gives you like this ease and peace with your body, then you are, quote unquote, like in the right track.
Well, and I love how, in essence, you're saying it's like, even if you do it and it's not what your body wanted, that you have a reaction, you get sick or your body screams at you or whatever it is. So I love that in that concept of there is no wrongness. It's like, well, cool, you learned that type of energy before was your body saying no or, whatever it was. So it's like it's never a wrongness, even if you didn't, quote unquote, listen to your body. You're always rebuilding that communication. I love that.
Yes, and how does it get any better? So it's just like getting acquaintance with the energy of how your body communicates with you. That's it. And just go and do it. But if you're always doubting, it's my body, it's not my body, then you never take any action. And then how are you going to be sure or really acknowledge how that is? You know what I mean?
No, I love that. I love that of like, if you're always in doubt, you never take any action. And so you're really going to continue to be in doubt. So if you at least take action, you get an awareness.
Yeah, and just choose.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm perceiving this energy, and I ask my body, hey, is this what you require? I'm not sure, but then I'll choose if I do it or I don't do it. and then I'll find out. After I do it, I'll find out what was going on, you know.
You know,
and if I get diarrhea, then maybe it wasn't my body.
If I get diarrhea. Unless that's what your body was after. You know, you never know. It's like, let me get rid of this. You know, and I love that concept. Here in this state, we have this these public service announcements, and there's one called Foundation for a Better Life. And one of their little billboard things, it's like, you know, Thomas Edison, who made the light bulb, they're like, you know, he tried 999 different ways of making a light bulb before he found the way that worked. And they're like, oh, did he fail 999 times? It's like, no, he found 999 ways to not make a light bulb, but he got an awareness with each one. So it's like, when you're rebuilding this communication with your body, it's like, okay, so you found out your body didn't like that. Cool. It's an awareness. It wasn't a wrongness.
Exactly.
You're getting information.
And it's not like you're going to heal it unless you eat arsenic, you know? And then you don't ask your body if that's what it requires. So every choice gives you an awareness. So just try it, just choose something, and then you're going to start developing a quote-unquote the muscle of getting acquaintance with and acknowledging how your body communicates with you. And then it's going to be so easy, and you're just going to acknowledge, oh, that's the energy when my body is really communicating something with me or to me, and it will be really, really easy. But we've been so many years trying not to listen to our bodies because everybody has told us what to do with them instead of telling us, hey, listen to your body, like when you were born, hello. No, it's listen to me and pretend your body doesn't count or doesn't exist. Thank you very much. I'm the one that has everything right, so I'm going to tell you what to do. So we start pretending that we don't have any communication with our body. So maybe we're required to start developing the muscle again. And I promise you it's going to get really, really easy when you start developing the muscle. And then you don't even have to think about it. It will be like almost instantaneous.
And it does at that moment is that instantaneous of what is possible, and it comes up in so many different interesting ways. Like I was doing eating the other day without question, and what I meant by that is, no, I wasn't asking my body, would you like to eat this? Nor was I being the energy of it. You know, it's like Claudia likes to talk a lot about, you know, being the energy of these communication with your body, the instantaneous. And so when I was doing the eating without question, and so I reached to get, it was a Rice Krispie treat, okay? I didn't ask my body if it wanted it. It was in the energy of body, would you like this? And it was so interesting because I picked it up with my hand, my body's hand, and I dropped it. So I picked it up, I turned around, and I dropped it. And I was like, oh, I'm such a klutz. Again, no question. And I picked it up. I took about a step, and I dropped it again. And so finally I went, oh, wait a minute. Body,
what's going on?
Are you desiring this Rice Krispie treat that we keep dropping? It was like, no. I'm like, okay.
I'm done with it. You
got it. Thank you. You know, and that's what I love about these tools and being in the communication is it's like, and having not a wrongness in anything. You know, instead of me sitting there going, I'm such an idiot, I keep dropping this, I'm so clumsy. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Body? What's up?
So asking your body a question is a great idea.
Right? I'm a big fan. But that's what I'm saying is it shows up different ways. For me, when I kept dropping it, my body was like, no, okay, I get it. And so this is why, and that's why I asked so many different people to talk about how communication with their body is, because it shows up differently all the time for you, for other people. And so thank you so much, Claudia, for sharing all this information. And you guys, if you haven't figured it out, she shares a lot energetically as well as the words, so please listen to the show again. And Claudia, we only have a couple more minutes. Please tell us where we can find you, how we can contact you, and it's the middle of April. So what classes do you have coming up? Where are they?
Oh, my goodness. That's too much information for 5 minutes. Goodness.
I know.
Okay, so you can find me in dr.claudiacano.com or in accessconsciousness.com, and then look for Dr. Claudia Cano. And oh my God,
C-A-N-O is how you spell the last name.
Yes, C-A-N-O. Sorry. I'm so bad.
That's what I'm here for, Claudia. Okay.
I love you. And well, I have classes everywhere. I love traveling the world. So yeah, I'm going to Houston this weekend. Yay! I'm gonna facilitate a 3-day body class. So that one has prerequisites. But if you have them, you're welcome to come to the party. We are gonna have so much fun. And then I'm going to Europe in June and Guatemala in April. I'm going to be facilitating classes in Mexico too in April. I'm going to Brazil in May. I'm going to be... Hello?
Yeah, go.
And I'm going to be all June in Mexico or Latin America. That is Costa Rica, Brazil, and Guatemala.
Fantastic. See, all over the world. She's amazing.
All over the world.
Check her out. Check out her videos. drclaudiacano.com, drclaudiacano.com, or Claudia at accessconsciousness.com, and you can find her. Stalk her, her and her body all over the world. Trust me, your body will be grateful that you did.
Oh, take care of your bodies. Be kind to them. They're yummy and amazing.
In the subject that it always comes up energetically, and we didn't get to today, so we'll have you on, and the next time we'll talk about this is sex. Which, last time I checked, sex kind of involves the body.
Kind of, just a little.
And and Claudia has a fun way of looking at sex and playing with it. And so next time we have you on, Claudia, we will talk about sex in your body. Cool.
Yay, that's yummy. Can we do it now? I'm kidding.
Oh, honey, you couldn't clear your throat in a minute on sex in your body. We need like a 3-day class on just sex.
Exactly.
I mean, really, that would be fantastic. Okay, so thank you, Claudia, so much for being on today. We're down to seconds. Like I said, I love playing with you and your body. You're so much fun. You are such a gift to everything. You are fantabulous, darling. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
And you guys, please check out my website, Donnielle.com, DONNELLE.com. Let me know if you have any suggestions for the shows. I have workshops coming up all over the place. And again, thank you, Claudia. You're fantastic. I adore you. You are a gift to bodies everywhere. And everybody... Thanks, guys. Have a great one.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Right Body for You. Donnielle will return next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A to Zen.fm. We hope you and your body will join us.